What up? What up? What up, internet? Who you are, where you be, where you at, what you see. It is the Pop Cult Crew coming straight to you. And I am sorry. I'm sorry that we have to wait another week to get a new episode of X-Men 97. I'm one of your hosts, Mark M.F. Jones, and I'm joined by
This is Niels R.Y. Bishop. Bishop. That's all I gotta say.
And this is Shannon, aka in the vein of Bishop. Put them time bands on and let's go. And I also wanted to mention we have a very special guest with us. Chances are, if you are in the DC area and you have ever heard music, you probably know him. If you have ever attended a nice college, you probably heard of him. If you have a roof over your head right now, chances are you probably bought it from him. I have the man, the myth, the legend, Harrison Beecher here.
I'm grateful, and this is an amazing podcast, great conversations. I'm gonna try to keep my Magneto, don't save him, he don't want to be saved energy to myself because that's what's going on here. But I'm just grateful to be a part of this conversation.
glad to have you. Look, we're gonna get right into this. We're talking about the episode 4 of X-Men 97 season 2. I forget the title. Nels, you know the title offhand?
Yeah, Age of Apocalypse Part 2.
Age of Apocalypse Part 2. Yes. Some big things happen in this episode, as always in this series. And fellas, I'm like, let's just get into it. There's a lot to talk about, and we don't got a lot of time. Harris, would you like to start us off? Yeah, what you thought about this episode as our guest?
Dude, I mean, first continuing, like whenever they end on a cliffhanger, right? Like that was the coolest part. Coolest and most frustrating part. You end on a cliffhanger, I'm like, where y'all gonna take this next? You're splitting people up across time. The freedom that they had to delve deeper into some of these storylines and let you know more about it. Especially Apocalypse and Sabanur, showing me a little bit more of what happened with them there. I was hype. I was excited coming in, and I feel like the setup is this very interesting formula that Marvel Comic Universe is taking to, show us more and give us depth to people that we had a feeling or assumption about. And again, where they took it with this apocalypse story, which is really interesting to me. So I don't know. I guess I jumped ahead to three, but all three together, I was grateful to get a little bit more insight into, what made some of these characters who we've seen later.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. It's always nice to see a side of a character. I think we all can appreciate, we don't have to root for our villains, but just to understand where they're coming from is always nice to see. And they definitely did this with, I mean, if there was anyone I didn't think I wanted to know about their backstory or thought it'd be interesting, like Apocalypse. He's bad. He's a bad guy. He's the villain. Beat him, press B, jump on his head, whatever. It's over. You win. But no, this was great, man. Like, dog, the show, I say it all the time, this show, the storytelling, the acting, the animation, just chef's kiss all around.
No, I gotta agree with you there. It really made me realize, man, I really don't know anything about Apocalypse. Like, because the
I think that's on accident, Shannon. They want it that way.
I know it really is because before this, it was always just like, yes, Apocalypse is evil for the sake of being evil. He wants to watch the world burn. That is it. And just to find out, like, man, you had a rough life. You're out here. I mean, you were enslaved. You were sleeping in the cold and rain. Like even everybody else at least had the little the lamb skin or whatever. And he's just like,
Yeah, you get that. It's
Yo,
in the cold.
I'm not even, they have my man out there like Oliver and company, just living in the cold apocalypse.
Can I say this? And we talked about this last episode, but I think when we got a bit of Apocalypse's backstory, when Magneto saw Apocalypse kill old boy, kill the general, Magneto knew it was a wrap. He was like, "Oh, no, there's no coming back. There's no coming
Yeah.
back to this." He got that little
I know
taste.
this feeling. I know this
Yeah,
feeling.
he's like, "I know what that feels like.
I've been here before.
I've been here. I know it's like it's a wrap." And yet, it's still.
Bishop, get ready. Get ready.
I gotta tell you, like this episode was great. There's a lot of really cool comic book stuff that we can absolutely talk about. Like they paid a homage and mentioned a bunch of stuff in, and I'll definitely share what I know, but your boy's X-Men knowledge is limited.
No.
But what I will say is this, and Harrison, you kind of talked about it a little bit. I have never loved Bishop as much in this episode and hated Magneto as much. Magneto is usually I really like Magneto, y'all. Like the brother is smooth. Usually when he's doing something that makes a lot of sense and he about the action. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime he shows up and comes correct and it's action time, I feel bad for whoever he's going against. The second he grabbed the time band and short circuited it, I literally said what Bishop said. It's like,
what's wrong with you?
the hell? And Bishop was done with him right after that. Bishop was done with him. He was like, "Nah, dude. Look. You can mess with Charles. You can talk smack to everybody. You can create your own mutant kingdom. You can have folks attack us. But you touching my time band? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
My time band.
Don't touch my time band. Bishop is a time traveler. He came back right after Charles was done crying when Magneto died. He could have came back anytime. I don't know. I don't know the rules of time traveling.
No,
but I feel like he waited till Charles the tears were dried and was like, all right, it's time to go home. Because I was done with Magneto. That's just saying.
A good point. When they're both laying in the sand, it's like Magnus. He's like Charles. Bishop is like, all right, hold it on, let's go. He's like, no. Let's wait this out. Mr. Time Bandit.
and someone's like, Bishop, why'd you go early? He's like, because every time I was trying to go, that man would touch my time band. He touched his time band multiple times. All right. There was a perpetual line stepping for a time traveler.
Bishop is the father of time, and the time bands are the thermostat. You don't change that you don't touch. Don't let me catch you touching that thermostat and close the door because you letting all the good time out.
Yeah.
And he said repeatedly, like, you watch your damn mind. And in like a calm Disney way, he repeatedly said, you watch your mind for touching my time band. You know what I'm saying? Anyways.
But I'm like, not only was it that, it felt so disrespectful. Like, he did it, period. But then he sort of said, he broke it and said, oh, well, they got some power in the other thing, so we can just go there. To me, that was the equivalent of, imagine your favorite hat, favorite pair of shoes, whatever it is. Somebody steps on them and it's like, I mean, it's cool. We got some shoe cleaner over there. And they step on it on purpose. Man,
I got the finish line shoe cleaner right here. What you tripping about?
Finish line. The white foam with the brush. Let me get you
fix these things up by tonight. What you tripping?
Yeah.
No, man.
Everybody was kind of cool with it. Bishop wasn't cool with it.
He was
because he was done with him after that.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. You guys know more about comics than me. He's a time traveler because of Apocalypse, right? Like, in what that guy does, and
the lore of X-Men is, just for fun and giggles. When you think about the DC universe and all the different universes within the DC universe, like Earth 2 and Earth 7 and Earth, all the different Earths in the DC universe. They're all in relation to what if Superman didn't exist, or what if Superman was evil, or what if Superman landed in Russia. Like, that is the pivotal thing that describes the different worlds in the DC universe. And then when you get to Marvel, specifically, it's all around Captain America. Like, everything's like, oh, well, if Captain America didn't get the super serum and gave it to somebody else, it will be this world. Or if they mutated the super soldier serum and exploited it, it turned into this world. All that stuff. Then there's the mutants. Everything is Apocalypse.
Yeah.
You go into the future, it's Apocalypse. You go into the past, it's Apocalypse. Even when you're in space, they talking about Apocalypse. Apocalypse was talking to a celestial. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of stuff that Apocalypse is on. So yes, to answer your question, the time travelers, Cable was 1,000 years in the future having to figure out how to deal with Apocalypse. So, yes, to answer your question, it's always about
But
Apocalypse.
he definitely left Magneto hanging, dog. He could have came back whenever. He is a time traveler. He could have came back, but he's like, nah, I'm gonna wait till Charles' tears are dried up.
Suck it up, Charles.
It ain't no. What's that meme with Speed Racer and the kids crying? He's like, get up, you got a lot of work to do.
Yes.
And what about for episode 1, guys? This pivot from Days of Future Past, the movie that most folks, have encountered, and this name, Days of Past Future, right? Like showing I'm a sci-fi nerd overall for my first time here. Again, more in the Star Trek world, and how temporal prime directive, things like that, and this difference
You
between
got a Trekkie. That's what's up. Got a
very
Trekkie here.
in many ways. Like at the 50th anniversary, we can have a whole thing about Star Trek otherwise. But the direction of where time is impacting future, impacting past versus past impacting future. I just thought that was kind of an interesting play. Because at the name, when you first heard it, I'm like, oh, Days of Past Future. Oh, they about to run the movie. Okay, cool. I'm like, oh no, you bringing me something new. Thank you for that. Thank you for
Mhm.
this. Yeah, just
It was very cool.
No, just I tell you, we said it last season. When it comes to Charles and Magneto, the writing doesn't miss. I don't know what it is about these two characters. In every medium I've seen them in, it always hits. There's always, if it's the actors have chemistry, the writing's great, the back and forth, you understand both sides, like and even in here, it's like man, these are friends. These guys are friends, and Charles. I was like, yo, Charles is definitely pulling the Cuba Gooding Jr. Boys in the Hood after I probably
Crawling, grabbing the sand
Oh,
to get to his
Kane
brother.
Walker.
What's wrong? What's wrong, Trey? But no, man, they're great, and then their last words to each other are, "I'm sorry," and that's not just about this moment. You know, that's it's not just about what's happening
That
right
was
now.
a deep I'm sorry.
Everything, like, I'm sorry about everything. Like, we are fools. We could have avoided all this. So I'm sorry. Like,
That was
man,
that I'm sorry. I'm glad you caught that. I thought I was tripping because like when I heard them say I'm sorry, I was like, man, this is a really heavy I'm sorry.
yeah.
This is like decades worth of like trying to apologize for their behavior. Because like really they both, I mean, can we keep it a buck? These two episodes just showed that these ridiculously powered mutants do silly stuff when they're bored. Can we keep it a buck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were playing with a mutant god that they know causes problems for all of them for millenniums. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, I wonder if I can convince him to act a little different.
It was like
He's an inevitability.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
it was like Jurassic Park. Like, let's see what happens when we like, no,
Let's breed the
no,
craziest.
yeah.
Fight your nature.
Let's make more apocalypses and put them all together and see what happens. Like, no, both of y'all, like Bishop had it from day one, dog. Like, why? Why are we even entertaining this? Like, why are we even messing with this? Let's get out of here. And then, yo, I want to say, fellas, I don't know if I understand my girl's hurting. I'm glad I was like, Rogue, don't you dare.
I was nervous.
Don't you? I was waiting for them to like put their hands together and like like the fingers kind of cross it. I was like, Rogue.
When she was like, you ever been in love? I was like,
Yeah.
Rogue.
Yeah.
You ever been?
He's her type. Can we give it a buck?
Hey.
He's her type.
Hey,
I was like,
she's like, you ever been in Southern Love? And just like, oh, I don't have time for such thing. Man, I was waiting to hear the like, the closer I get.
I had a sigh of relief when I saw her go in the tent.
Yeah,
Because I was like, this is about to go real south real quick.
Yeah. Like I imagine, well, we've all seen The Boys, but I remember what Homelander and Stormfront, like how it's like, oh, like this would normally kill or hurt somebody. Like I would imagine her touching him was like, oh, this would kill somebody. But for him, he's like, okay, don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah.
He did say love is pain.
I throw out a Magneto Charles Xavier comparison and to come across my mind when I was looking at it. The MLK to Malcolm X. I'm sure you've heard it through. Magneto is Malcolm, Charles is MLK, but Magneto in these episodes of trying to go back and do some good with Insaba Nur, with Apocalypse. It's just that because again, you've seen that in Days of Future Past and other stories where Magneto's coming through and has given up any hope that there is, redeemable qualities, that there's space that we can collaborate. It's like, no, mutants only, we're the best, we're superior race, we're God, screw everybody else. But for him to try to come back here with this more, pluralistic and connected education for a young Apocalypse was just interesting. And I'd always thought of those two comparisons, these two leaders with, they're side by side in many ways, but also that look at things completely different. To see Magneto spending more time in that, desire to make things
It was
positive.
goatee Malcolm.
Malcolm back from his
from Mecca.
Malcolm
When
Little.
he came back, and he was like, you know what, Martin, I think your way was the right way. I'm going to take some of the heat so people pay more attention to your message. And then like a month after that, he got assassinated. Dang, I didn't even think about that. This episode kind of played out like the other half of Malcolm and Martin.
That's a good point. Like that's a good point. I still think that Magnus came to this with a sense of like arrogance, like we have a chance to mold the most powerful mutant in the universe. Charles, don't you want to
For our side, for the X-Men.
For our side. And like it just like he didn't have any respect for that. I'm going back to Jurassic Park, Laura Dern. I didn't respect that power, and now it's gone. He didn't. What was it? He was so excited to see if he could. He didn't think if he should. And it's like, no, as you said, Apocalypse is an inevitability. Like I don't know. I don't read the comics, so maybe there is some redemption down the road. But it's like to even be so like light about this. Like this is a big. Everyone should have been acting like Bishop. Everybody should have been acting like Bishop from day one. But let's camp out with him and let's see where he goes and come on, we'll talk to him and teach him things. It's like, nah, dog. This guy at the end of the day, he's going to turn into like the destroyer of the universe, and we need to be prepared to deal with that. And I feel like, especially Magneto, did not approach the situation like that.
And what was coming to mind for me is as we sort of jump back to the MLK Malcolm X. I was just gonna say the line that Magneto dropped, like I gladly play the center, which pushes people to eagerly embrace the saint. I was like, first bars, but secondly, I was like, that is MLK and Malcolm X right there. Just
go team Malcolm.
That was a beautiful line, a beautiful moment. That goes up there with that Nightcrawler Gambit funeral speech. Like, golly, man.
Well, one more thing about Bishop real quick. When it all got south, when he saw that Apocalypse was like, oh yeah, I'm going to touch that power. What did Bishop start doing? He started shooting. It's over, y'all.
I'm pretty sure it was Magneto, but then maybe it was Charles, but I thought it was Magneto when Apocalypse hits. It was like, no, Bishop! He's like, our holy hope. He's like, no!
Yeah. He's like, no, I'm done playing with y'all.
Yo.
Bishop was the only person that made sense in this entire episode.
Bro, I love that when they split up and Bishop's like, no, I'm a roll with Charles. I'm gonna go with Charles. And then when Apocalypse is like reading, he's like, this is my destiny. Bishop's like, hey dog, don't move.
Hey, bro.
Oh, hey.
I know this story.
Calm down.
He's like he's like War Machine, or like basically Don Cheadle. How Don Cheadle was in Avengers, because remember, he was the most sensible. It's like, yeah, what if we just, instead of trying to do all this stuff, just go back in time when he's a baby and And I was like, I feel like Bishop is on there, and he's like, all right, but y'all want to come up with all these other plans, but still.
Got one plan that will work, and y'all
Yeah.
trying to. Yo, what did y'all think about like, I'm pretty sure if you're a comic book reader, you're probably losing your mind in this episode. But like, that we revealed that the Pharaoh is Kang, but he's also, what is Richard and Sue's son?
He is
Nathaniel.
not. Don't want to confuse you.
Oh,
He's not
okay.
Nathaniel. He's not Sue and Reed's son. He just has the same name
Okay,
or a
okay.
similar name as him.
He had 3 names, right? He listed 3 names.
Yeah, Ken got a bunch of names, bro.
Yeah.
Ken got a bunch of names. He's actually a descendant of Reed.
Okay.
So
Does King just have like this closet and he's like it's like a fireman, a mailman
Yes.
costume, milkman, lawyer. He's like,
it's Barbie's dream house. You know what I'm saying? He got all those jobs. You know what I'm saying? He's done them all. You know what I'm saying? He's been a fair. So just a real quick to talk about Kang. This is actually based off of a comic book series. Like I forgot which one. It's not called Age of Apocalypse because that's a run of X-Men comic books, but it is known. I forgot what Kang's name when he's the Pharaoh. Shannon, do you
Kang the
remember?
Conqueror, Rama-Tut.
Yeah,
Rama-Tut.
yeah.
So we always know that Rama-Tut was like a pharaoh at some point in ancient Egypt, but we also know that Apocalypse, like as the first mutant, shows up around that time, and so they made a series about like those two things happening. Like, why was Kang in ancient Egypt? We just assume because Kang's just always getting into stuff.
Yeah.
But that run explains that Kang usually goes to places because he's trying to like take advantage of like a power or a power source or a person or a thing so he can become a conqueror of that particular time. The entire reason Kang was there was to take control of Apocalypse. Because he was like, Apocalypse is going to be like the strongest mutant ever. If I can control him, then I can conquer ancient Egypt, the world, whatever. And so, like, that's straight up in a comic book, and we kind of saw that play out in this episode. So, yeah, just wanted to give
I
y'all
do.
that
I
fun
gotta
fact.
respect when as soon as he was like, well, he's like, this plan's over. And my man was like,
He's like, got to the ship.
yeah.
All right.
Change
Put my
his clothes.
put my mask back on.
and B.
Get on my time machine.
Billionaire
It's like-
playboy colonizer energy, right? I mean, if it don't work here, I'm gonna just get it. I'm gonna go colonize some other stuff. I'm gonna go get some money elsewhere. Do what I want. More power.
Hit him with the
So
SpongeBob
500 years in the future, we'll see what
Yeah.
works out.
pretending to drown. No, and he just got into his ship and just flew away.
So, did y'all notice Kang mentioned the word externals or
Yeah.
external? He was when
He said
the lady
external
that
force or something like that.
when that lady that looked like Storm. Because I don't know
yeah.
if they know how to make different black women.
We got
in the show.
one. We got one black.
Yeah, one archetype.
character.
One archetype.
We got one black character model, and they just switched
Like,
the
just make her
outfits
hair.
and the.
Make her hair
Yeah,
gold.
I'm surprised she didn't have a mohawk because that's
It was like back in the PS2 game days when you make your own character, and like you either if you were black, it was like the afro, cornrows, or the crew cut, and like that was it.
That's it.
It's like that was it.
I was like, is this Storm? Are they trying to say this is Storm? Am I tripping? Why don't you just say this is Storm? Like something. Anyways, so when Kang was about to leave, and she was like, what's about to happen? Like, he said something about like the only thing that can stop Apocalypse, it's going to be some type of external force. And then
You
just
only
like,
got one letter in this universe, dog.
externals is something though. I don't know much about them. This like this is like some real mutant X-Men nerd stuff. But I'm pretty sure they showed up in the original series when we first met Apocalypse. Because there's something about like immortal mutants that are tied to Apocalypse. I don't really remember much about it. I just remember the name or something. So
Celestials. I think I heard something about Celestials that made him. Or
Well,
that
that thing.
That's
with
the ship.
6 eyes. That's a celestial, right? The thing that was
Yeah.
talking to him. Yeah.
yeah, the ship is a celestial technology that
Yes.
combined with Apocalypse mutant powers and made him the unstoppable force that he is.
Do you and Harrison, you may know too, like what is the Celestials' obsession with Apocalypse? Because like I thought they were like these like cosmic beings that could do it. So why are they all like hyping them up like, yo, you gonna be the truth, dog? Like it's all what can he give them that they can't just do themselves?
Well, so an important thing to note is there's like a bunch of celestials out here,
Mhm.
and all of them think they're God. So like one of them is just like, I really like, I'm all about balance. And so he'll like pick somebody to be like, oh, you really care about balance? I'm gonna give you all the power in the world to make things balance. You know what I'm saying? And it just so happens that the one celestial that found Apocalypse was the one that was about survival of the fittest.
Yeah, yeah.
That's his jam, about like only the strong should survive.
You like
And
Pokemon cards? I like Pokemon.
so he's like, take my ship with all this cosmic energy, combine it with your beast and like
Nature.
amazing mutant powers, and become Apocalypse. So that's kind of the stuff there. I wouldn't like, not all celestials are like that. For example, Thanos is a celestial.
Mhm.
So,
Oh,
they're
okay.
all just a little different, and they're
Now,
all
is
not giant, super
Robot
powerful folks.
machines.
is this like the canon origin of Apocalypse? Like, is this it's like this through and through? It's a celestial gave him his powers.
From my understanding, yes.
Okay.
It's something similar to well, no, you gotta be careful. Apocalypse's powers is him, he's a mutant.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
He's just using the technology of the
yeah.
Celestials
He
to be
is
even more
the
powerful.
first mutant. And I believe he can adapt to anything, right?
Brother,
Is
I
that
don't know what Apocalypse's powers are.
The name for those deep in the lore that came up in research here, correct me if I'm wrong, Isan the Searcher is who granted Insabanur access to advanced technology from this ship. That was what the internet just told me about it.
Oh, good
But
job,
can
Harrison.
Thank you.
I want to vent about something that makes me kind of pissed, and this is I'm gonna weave in some other sci-fi things here too. We as humans that write and create these stories are constantly centering our, kind of fragile and small humanity. And mutants are not fragile and small because they're mutants, they're different, but they're not the same class as celestials. So the concept that these all-powerful beings traveling through time and the universe and everything need or want the involvement, the inclusion, or a puzzle piece from one of us things here, it kind of makes me, I'm like, why? And granted, in Sabanur in Apocalypse is different and is at the top. But I mean, through a lot of other spaces in Marvel comic universe, I'm like, why do you need these fragile little things like you just playing? Like, thank you
Because
for the
they
story.
bored, Harrison. They bored. So much of Marvel is just them being
You guys are
bored.
bored.
People just
You-
bored getting into stuff.
You ain't need this. You ain't need us. Why you over here with us at all?
Go over there. We're so far away. Go hang out with the Kree and the Shi'ar. They all close to you. You coming in and messing with us
Because it really is
because
like
they bored.
what do we have? It's like water, maybe, and half of that's not even clean. And so it's like, like, what would we truly have on Earth that like you celestial beings are wanting? It's like, yeah, maybe some water.
Chili's.
barbecue
Chili's
sauce.
happy hours now.
Baby back ribs.
Golden Corral. We got Golden
Yeah.
Corral.
They got
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme on Earth. They got Five Guys.
Or it's like, no, we got love. Like, no, we
We-
don't. Do we even have love, really? We got
well,
hate and love. Like,
We
what do we
got
have?
Storm.
You know what? No.
Yeah, Storm.
I think this is a great point, and it kind of wraps into all sci-fi. Because it's like Harrison, you're right. We're humans, so we like to think ourselves centered as things. But it's like when I don't know if you guys ever seen what was that movie Brad Pitt was in, Ad Astra? Yeah, and it's like the end of that movie, it's just kind of like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but like space is big and there's like nothing in it. It's kind of like what the movie is like, it's just nothing in it. So like it kind of makes, or it's almost like the theme of like Rick and Morty, where it's like Rick thinks because the universe is infinite and nothing matters. Well, if nothing matters, then everything kind of matters because, you know what I mean? Something has to matter. Something has to be special. So what if it's just like the universe is so vast and it's just so big and there's nothing going on, but this little blue ball has these people who fight and commit atrocities, but they also like will die for each other and they love each other. They have religion and make art. Like, I don't know, that might be fascinating. If I'm out in space and just like, and then I see like little things going on Earth, maybe that's intriguing. Maybe that's why like we have things like the Green Lantern and why humans are so special in the Green Lantern Corps. I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
I think they're bored, and I think we're really entertaining. It's like, oh, one of them is a billionaire and created an iron suit and flies around and tries to help people, and then another one turns green and he's really big and is strong. And they fight each other. You know what I'm saying? It's entertaining.
Earth the show.
Yes.
Oh, honey,
Yes.
on season 2 billion of Earth, they voted Trump in again. It's like,
Killing
bored.
themselves, finding more ways to kill themselves. Look at this. That's interesting.
this next season on Earth, global warming. It's like,
Banger.
DVR, I'm a DVR that one.
Hey, oh, don't spoil Earth. I'm on the Civil War. Don't spoil.
Don't tell me what happened. Don't tell me.
Ooh,
But I feel like,
all right. I'm saying Lincoln, dog. Lincoln. That's all I'm gonna say.
but like banging sci-fi and fantasy, I feel like comes around the same time. There's that new satellite that was just announced. Y'all hear about this? It's like a satellite that's now mapping the southern skies, getting higher resolution views of more universes, like actual universe than we've ever seen. And again, we've always known how small we were relative to everything else. And granted, science fiction is fiction and fantasy. Cool. But I punched the air a little bit. I'm like, see, I knew we were so tiny. Why would these aliens even be coming here for us? There's got to be like millions more of us and maybe better versions in the quadrant in that little tiny space up there. Like, come on, Apocalypse.
They're somewhere over there. They are partying hard.
Yes.
They don't want to come over here.
Ghetto.
They're like, oh yeah, there's some sentient beings over there. They're like, are they partying like them over there? Nah. All right, cool. We're gonna drive right by them.
In a universe with avatars, why would you come here? Like, why would you be here? If you got avatars, like, why would humans be?
Alien crash landed on Earth and had the Taco Bell Dorito shell taco, and it was like, this planet's worth something. Like, I gotta tell my people about it.
So as we're talking about this, the size of the
Shane, give me a second.
Wait, let's sit in that for a second. Sorry.
Give me a crowning achievement of humanity.
Humanity,
It's the Doritos Locos Taco.
Doritos taco shell
Fourth
at Taco
meal,
Bell.
baby. Fourth meal, baby.
Uh-huh.
Fourth meal. With a Blue Crush Mountain Dew. Watch it.
Yes, thank you.
Of all the things Mark could have said, or why it was important for an alien to see the sentient life on this planet, his mind went to Doritos Locos Tacos. And it made sense. I'm ashamed that we all kept it moving. Because we're like, yeah, of course, Taco Bell, Doritos Locos. And you about to move on. Because you're like, yes, that makes sense. We didn't bat an eye. I'm sorry. Please continue. Golly.
That's still my guilty pleasure. Like when I find myself in Silver Spring, I will stop at the KFC Taco Bell, get me a either a crunch wrap or something, and have myself a time. I will park in the parking lot, sit by myself, and just enjoy it.
So the best Taco Bell consumption is
Might
in
be
your car
onto something.
quickly with it spilling everywhere. That's
I think that's the only Taco Bell consumption. No one's
On a
going
plate
to
with
Taco
napkin?
Bell to have a meal with their family. Like, let's be honest. Have we ever? And has anyone ever eaten Taco Bell not in their driver's seat of their car, like an animal?
And look, every time you're overly confident, I'm not gonna make a mess this time. Them little bits of lettuce and shred, they're not gonna get everywhere.
Lettuce
mess
everywhere,
every
dog.
time. I could go for some Taco Bell right now.
We get some Taco Bell right now.
You might be onto something, Mark. You might be onto something.
Taco Bell, give us money.
But I was just gonna mention so this is like another nerd moment, as we say. So I was as we're talking about the size of the universe, this is like a Neil deGrasse Tyson thing I was listening to. And this is so dope because I did not think about it like that. So basically the concept is sort of, because the universe is so huge, let's even say if we created a telescope right now that for some reason it was so strong that it could see however many light years away. We're looking at this planet. Even if we're looking at it right now, we're seeing how it looked thousands of years ago because of the speed at which it travels. So even right now, like if we had this superpowered telescope, I'm like, yo, there's another planet over there, and it's got people that look like us walking around. And it's like, yeah, you're seeing that. And if we're like, let's go there, super speed, by the time we get there, it's like, oh yeah, that was thousands of years ago. So like, and I'm sorry, that's not even the traveling. That's literally if we're looking.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at it how it looked thousands of years ago. So that's like a wild concept. So even if we find a planet right now, oh, people are living there. No, like thousands of years they probably did, which is a wild
Or
concept.
or shit, by the time you get there, like, welcome, try the Cool Ranch Taco Bell. Oh, we've truly
I hate you.
See,
I hate you so much.
nah, bro, they looking at us. They capturing the light from '97, back when Taco Bell had the like chicken club burrito. Remember the like
Oh
'97
man.
menu? Oh, yes.
That 90s, the
look,
90s Taco Bell. But you know what? That they didn't have the cheesy gordita back then.
Mm.
or the zesty potatoes. But look, let's get back to X-Men because it
I
is
know, I
Okay.
know.
we can talk about Taco Bell all night. You know?
Taco
Taco
Bell
Bell
and
in time.
space-time continuum.
Um, if we are done with the episode, there was one part at the end that I kind of wanted to talk with y'all about. So, you know how like at the end credits there was Wolverine, Captain America, and Black Widow? I don't know if y'all know this, but there is like I would say it's arguable, but there is like what folks consider like one of the best single issue X-Men comic books ever. It's called Uncanny X-Men. What was the number? 268. Uncanny X-Men 268 is considered by many the greatest single issue X-Men comic book, let alone Marvel comic book ever. The premise of it is, and I'm not going to say much more because I'm essentially what I perceive it, I'm going to be spoiling the next episode. So I ain't going to say much. But the story focuses on Logan, Captain America, and Black Widow. And it is essentially a story about not Wolverine, Logan, and Captain America getting into stuff. And Black Widow's involved. And it is a great, it holds up. I suggest everyone read it. It's a quick read. It's very entertaining. But I'm assuming at the time when people read it, they're like, this is probably one of the best writings ever. And I perceive that the team has decided that they're going to adapt that issue into because it seemed kind of random, like out of nowhere,
Yeah.
Logan's in like London about to get in some stuff and see like, oh, Captain America, good to see you again. And like,
Yeah.
like where is this coming from? Dealing with Apocalypse. But I
Yeah.
think it's because they want to adapt that issue.
And Captain America moving in quick. He's like, "Hey, old Uncle Sam could use you, Logan." It's like he moved in quick. He's like, "You ain't got no mansion. We don't know where Charles is at, but old Uncle Sam's got your back, Logan."
Mhm.
And is it just me or did Logan look more like animal like? He
Yes.
looked more
Like
like
beast.
hunch. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, like beast build.
Like
Yeah.
is that because no? I think you said the I always say it wrong. The antimantium. What is it? Animanium.
Antimantic.
Antimantium.
I could say it real confident until you say it and mess it up.
They messed me up.
Like, I knew what it was, and then you started saying it wrong, and now I don't even know.
Or use
Adamantium.
MCU rules. It's
Adamantium.
vibranium, whatever. But
Yeah.
it doesn't it like it kind of like blocks his you said it last episode, it blocks his like
No, it doesn't necessarily block his healing power. His healing power is on overdrive because when the metal was pulled out of him, his mutant power is just like hyper kicked up to try to heal all the damage that was coming from there. So like in the comics, you can see he looks like a animal when
Yeah.
he's like going through this. Like everything's just like hyper healing and building out. So his bones are even just acting funky. That's really
Okay.
what it was based off of. I don't even think we're even getting close to that. Like it was a lot more intense in the comic books from what I understand.
Do you think
Adamantium.
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 so do you think that we're gonna see the progression of that story in this season, or is that like some one-off thing? Like, is Logan not coming back this season?
Well, no, I mean, I think they paid homage to it by him just looking funky. That's
Okay.
it.
No, what
I
I'm
think they're
saying,
just
like,
subtle.
are we gonna see is this gonna be the B story for the season? Is it like is Logan in London with Captain America and Black Widow the B story of this season? You know,
No, I think that's gonna be one episode.
okay.
What might be the B story is Weapon X and like Deadpool and like all the other
Ooh,
like folks that were a part of like Stryker's team. Like that
yeah,
might be the B story. But I think
nice.
this one with Captain America and Black Widow is just gonna be one episode.
Okay,
Do
okay.
you think that's like is that the crew he was referencing? Because that Okay, because that's what I was wondering when he was like, I might even get the old crew back together, or whatever he said. And I was like, so who is it? Is this a whole different team? Is this basically the crew from like Wolverine Origins, like or yeah, or whatever the movie was that had what like Deadpool and the
Yep.
who disappears and all that stuff.
There, from my understanding, there's a few ways that folks talk about that crew. There's
Mhm.
like one that's just like they used to be a team. Sabretooth was on the team too. Like they used to just be vigilantes and not vigilantes. They were mercenaries and they just send them off and getting into stuff and do bad things. Then there's like a version where each of them are like essentially experiments, and Wolverine is the 10th one. So that's why he's called Weapon X, but he's actually Weapon 10. And there's a Weapon 11, there's a 12, there's a 13, and they are a team in themselves, the ones that are alive and survive. So they could go a few directions. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Each
Yeah.
of those stories are dope. You know what I'm
I
saying?
would
Like they're
I
both
would
dope,
love
so
to
we'll
I would
see.
love to see a striker uh in this series. Ever was it Bryan Cranston? Ever since X2, there's nothing for you there, Wolverine. Like, I love that is just such a good portrayal. I just loved him in that role. But dude, one thing I do want to say as an animation fan in general, fellas, it was proposed to us last season. I don't know which guests asked us this, but like, is this show better than Invincible? Right? I'm not going to ask you to answer that question yet, but I will say this. After watching this episode, Invincible needs to step its game up.
Mhm.
When you are working with animation, as a medium, you can do whatever you want. And Invincible, I love it. It's great. It has great storytelling. But I feel like they're just like, here's the story, here's the drawing, here's here's the frame, here's the picture, whatever. But in this show, the lighting and the colors were so beautiful. They were so rich and saturated when they're traveling and like when Rogue and Apocalypse are by that fire and it's just like the colors are just like they didn't have to draw it like this. They could have just but it just shows like in animation, it's not like in live action where you still have to light it, but you have to create your lighting. And it
Mhm.
just shows the care and detail that goes into this show. Um, even like that, the framing when Charles and Magneto, after Magneto saves the city, and he's in that crater, and then Apocalypse is coming, and his shadow overcasts them, and then when Apocalypse picks up Magneto, and his face is a little exaggerated, it's like a little kind of like Joker. And then to see the bones, the flash of the bones in Magneto's chest, I was just like, this is just perfect. It's just perfect. It's beautiful. And I was like, Invincible needs to step their game up. I will say that.
Yeah,
I don't.
I was
Oh, go ahead,
I
Shannon.
like no, yeah, I was gonna say I feel like there are some episodes where it's clear that Invincible was saving us money so they could say, okay, like boom, because I feel like I think especially in the previous season, maybe the season before that, I think that's when they got a lot of flack for this just looks like plain animation. Like you're just just
Gotcha.
phoning it in here, phoning it in. But then I think when they got into the conquest fight and all these other Viltrumites, that's when they were saying, okay, now boom, now we're spending some money. But like I said, it is clear. It did seem clear. Like y'all took a couple of episodes that you were like, let's save money here, and then we'll, really animate like in Invincible. X
Well,
Men X-Men, I'll say, yeah, I feel like they're just killing it, but also
That Disney
budget
money,
wise.
baby.
Yeah.
Harrison and
Nikki
Nell,
don't play.
you can appreciate this. I watched a video the other day, where this guy had it was a challenge. They had a drawing and they were doing an inking challenge.
Mhm.
I don't know anything about comic books, so I don't know what inking is, right? And they took a drawing and everyone inked this drawing differently. And when I tell you, I was fascinated by what you can get out of different shading and inking, the interpretations and like expressions you can get from a drawing that already exists just by shading it or inking. And apparently, I guess in the comic world, there's inkers. There's just people who ink. They and inking is like
Yes.
the shading and like the
Yes.
darkening of the
Mhm.
drawing. And I was like, oh, that makes sense now. Like that needs to be a job because it was like four different artists and the picture looked completely different. It was just it told a different story. It was still in black and white, but just their interpretations. And so it just gave me a whole nother level of appreciation. So like Shannon with Invincible, yeah, they kicked it up a couple notches for the animation, for the actual like frames and but like I feel like Invincible is still lacking in like the color and the saturation and the shadowing, like where you can really get a lot of emotion. That scene with Charles and Magneto, when you go back and look at it and they're saying sorry, if they're not shadowed, if they're not shaded a certain way, it's not hitting the same. It's still a great scene, but because light hitting a thing like in the real world, it hits different. That's what I'm talking about with Invincible.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. In that case, sorry. In that case, I completely agree. But yeah, I was thinking animation for the sake of, oh, this looks clean, smooth, this and that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yes, as you throw in the way an emotion would look, the way Charles's tears, they weren't just tears coming down, just it's
Yeah.
like even it seemed like the hot sun from the desert glistened
Mhm.
off a tear just a certain way that, yeah.
And for me, this is the other levels of my nerdiness here too with art. Because I was a studio art major in college and took a couple classes on drawing, but I was more focused on photography and digital art back in the early 2000s. And the way you can manipulate, one of our challenges I remember was taking the same image and through shading, lighting, depth, the way you like showed the different like way the lights were coming in to tell a whole story. I think it speaks to the emotional resonance that X-Men 97 brings out of so many of us because there's so many things if we think back of how we remembered something looking, but with the remastery, with a higher quality, a higher definition, but not going so extreme CGI, AI,
Yeah.
like crazy depth and veins and stuff, right? Like it's like, yo, this feels like where we were before, but you're giving me more that either the budget or the technology couldn't do, but you're choosing to stop here. It's like if I could go to a 20, I'm gonna take it where it was at a 5, I'm gonna come to a 10, and that feels like really fresh and remastered, but I'm not going all the way to the 20 superhumanistic realistic. And that's what makes this feel different than so much other animation, and why I think we're all geeking out about it, because it's like, yo, this feels like where I was at before, but you're giving me new stories, and it's looking different too, and different energy, different shading, different inking. It's like almost taking an old school hip. I mean, you think of like from a music standpoint, Bruno Mars and some of the stuff he did recently feels like what you have from the 70s with
Yeah.
that, even some of the scratchiness, like you're putting the record down on it, but it's higher quality, higher
It's like
definition, and
turned
engineered
up
to
two
feel that way.
notches.
Yeah.
Hmm
Yeah.
100% agree. And I think that's why the show is dope.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Because I 100% agree.
I
Yeah.
the only thing I want to say before we get out of here, I did. I thought Charles was gonna have like an Avatar state moment after he killed
Mm.
Magneto. I was like, "Ooh, here we go now!" Like Charles about to turn it up, but he didn't. But man, I don't know about y'all. I was like, "Ooh, Charles is close to dropping that hard R." Like he was like, you think you tough, you think you bad." Like I was like, "What you really want to say, Charles? What you really want to call you dirty?"
You
It's always that kind of you dirty.
dirty.
What?
This dude said, I get why your mother abandoned you in on the sand. I was like, bruh, she
I
must
get
have
it.
seen that you would always be a monster.
A monster with your blue lips and white skin. It's just like Charles. Mitch was like, "Hey, Charles, now come on now, come chill."
Xavier is the most powerful telepath that we know. He knew exactly what to say. He knew the exact words that would mess with Apocalypse. So he was ready to go. He was ready to go. He was like, "Your mama, you a punk, your mama a punk, and your mama think you a punk." That's what he said. That's what he said.
You ain't ish. Your mama ain't ish.
Generations.
And then to give more like props to Bishop, when Magneto fixes the time bands, Bishop like, you ain't gotta tell me twice."
And on that note,
I don't
I'm
even
gonna
know
head
if he
out.
said words. He said he was like, "All right, y'all, time to go."
Time to go.
He want to stay. He want to stay. And he need to stay. Honestly.
Yo,
Oh
like,
my goodness.
all aboard. The train is leaving right now.
Forge, bring it, come on.
Yeah, bring
Come
it,
on.
bring it.
Bishop's the only real one. I'm sorry, y'all. Bishop.
Hands on and let's go.
All right, y'all. Anything else before we wrap up?
I was gonna say this last piece, like we were already saying the thing that happened in the desert with him killing Magneto, but how cerebral, hurtful, horrible it was. He does that in front of Charles, vaporizes him, and then you're thinking even Charles is probably like, "Oh, this is how you're gonna
This is
kill."
it.
And
Yeah.
then he was like, "Nope, I wouldn't step on an ant." Whatever the
Ooh,
saying. Like stepping on an
only
ant.
a coward feels. I forgot something like only a coward feels something by stepping on ants. I was like,
Yeah. And then just walks over him. It's like, I could step on you and you're not worth my time, and I'm gonna keep going. You clean up my mess.
yeah. He hit him with the Bane. Like, do you feel in control, Charles? Cold.
That hurt
dog.
my feelings.
Yeah.
That was such a subtle B slap to Charles and just walked away. Mm.
And then to be like, oh, I would have made you one of my horsemen wasn't for the lack of spine, like metaphorically and like he just my physical appearance and my emotions, like he just
that technology really made like Apocalypse's roasting game like up 5 notches. Cause like before he got the tech, he could spar with them. He did say love is pain. Like he could hit some one-liners. But once that tech got in the system, everything he said was a one-liner.
Hey, Apocalypse is a time traveler too, so he time traveled to 2002. I'm Apocalypse, and this is your mama. Like, your mother is so fat she smokes turkeys. Like,
Super hot fire. Oh, I gotta check the
Well,
memes.
I'm not a
I'm sure the
rapper.
memes are great.
yo, this Freestyle Friday. We got Blind Fury and Apocalypse. You are blind and no one loves you.
You got the horseman in the bag.
Says observations like, AJ, your forehead is big.
They're doing the super hot fire memes. Oh man. All right. Wait, anything else before we wrap up? Mark can keep going with the supply. You can do the entire career of Apocalypse going from underground rapper to selling out Madison Square Garden. He can keep going. So we'll cut him off here. Anything else? Let's wrap up. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for listening. We have a new episode every week. You can find us on all social media at Pop Cult Crew, POPCULTCREW. Email us at thepopcultpodcast@gmail.com. Become a member of the Pop Cult at our Patreon at patreon.com/popcultcrew, where you see all of our full video episodes. Don't forget to rate us, review, and subscribe. And as always, join the cult. Peace.
Yeah.
That new Ether starting Apocalypse.
Pop Cult Crew.